housing. Look at Vienna, a place...
Look at Vienna. Which country is Vienna located in? It's not Australia. It's Austria. Hey, NeoCoom. It's Austria, not Australia, you fucking moron. This guy has been doing the rounds everywhere. There's no... What? I can't blow it up. I hate TikTok. I absolutely hate TikTok. But this guy has been doing the rounds. NeoCoom. Apparently he's a Destiny fan for some reason. He uses her fake voice. He has a fake deep voice that he doesn't modulate between. He just keeps it at this deep a voice. I can't go as deep as he can, obviously. But he's attacking the left. He is attacking the left. He first put out a video. Let's go to that first, by the way. Let's go. Solving the homelessness problem. As a Piper, build more homes. Here it is.
When Hassan Piker tells you the solution to homelessness is to simply build more houses, keep in mind he doesn't mean houses like these or these.
Why wouldn't he?
Progressive bitches and midwit socialists are never actually talking about meaningful, tangible steps one can take to increase housing stock in a country.
Yes, we are. Yes, we are. Allowing for more mixed housing, allowing for ignoring NIMBYs. Just ignore them. Just fuck them. Building multiple story housing. It's not that hard. It's been happening elsewhere.
They're not going to pull back environmental regulations.
Why would we pull back environmental regulations? Fair enough. I can conceive of environmental regulations that shouldn't be in effect. I can conceive of those. But in general, of course we won't.
Not at all, sweetie. When it comes
I hate that. And that's so he is absolutely capitalizing on rage baiting for sure. Like that's his whole deal. But that doesn't mean he's not sincere in his beliefs.
When it comes to housing, there are 3 factors, and you can only ever, in the best case scenario, have 2 of them. There is universality, there is affordability, and there is quality. So when Hassan
we're going to get to those 3.
Says build more houses, you're going to get universality, and you're going to get affordability. That's right. In order for homeless people not to make Hassan sad.
Imagine the derangement in this man's mind.
You're gonna live here. You're gonna live here, and you're gonna eat crickets, and you're gonna watch the World Economic Forum live stream 24/7, and you're gonna like it. You're gonna like it.
Like, this is his Joker moment, right? Like, that's what we were looking at. His Joker moment. So this was the instigating TikTok. The instigating video. And then I saw... never mind. Then I saw this.
Since people are literally harassing me to answer this, and I have unironically...
Ah, yes, because living in an apartment building is so much worse than living in the streets. Which is true. Yeah, that's his thing.
100 plus duets, all echoing this very cogent critique of my ideas. I guess I will respond. Do I believe, in good faith, that people who are homeless have worse outcomes than people who live in unsuitable housing? No. I never said that. Leftoids need to stop making up things to be mad at.
You're saying that we shouldn't build affordable housing because it looks bad. That's what you're saying. It looks bad, therefore you shouldn't build it. I don't want to live in something that looks like it came from the Soviet Union. Therefore we shouldn't build. That's your whole thing. That's what the video was about.
If you are so confident that you disagree with me, you're so confident that I'm incorrect, why are you so dedicated to deliberately misunderstanding me? It's actually kind of mind-boggling.
I hate that. I hate that.
90% of online leftists do not understand what their ideology is. It's just something they
Really?
do performatively. It's an aesthetic.
Really? You know who says that as well? Online leftists. That's all online leftists do is infighting. Say, oh, read theory, you fucking Nazi supporter.
It's something they pursue so they can have a parasocial relationship with Hassan Piker. You know,
Again, this guy is a Disney fan if you haven't picked that up yet.
frat bro nepo baby. Someone to really emulate, really assume his nomenclature and say, hey little...
And also, sure, Hassan got his start as a Nepo baby. I don't know if I'd call him a Nepo baby today. He's clearly got an affinity for streaming. He's clearly got got something going on in content creation that can't just be from nepotism. Like, he's not getting propped up by TYT anymore, at least. He's made it on his own.
Little bro, you just got dunked on, like you're in a 90s frat boy movie. It's actually so embarrassing. So let me explain it for you, real quick. Hassan Piker, and by osmosis you, because that's where the whole personality comes from, believes that housing should not be a commodity. It should be something which should not be able to be bought, sold, traded, or invested in. It should be universally...
And as a lefty myself, I don't know really how we are supposed to achieve that. Like, I like the words, but I'm not sure how we achieve it exactly. Because that's going to create Soviet-style housing, and I don't like Soviet-style housing. Yeah, so I don't think... I don't know. I'm hesitant to go along with those words. That housing shouldn't be a commodity. I understand why it shouldn't be one, but it's a hard sell for me.
Owned, either by the state or some kind of grand anarcho-communist council. I don't really know. I don't really care. And it is very apparent among the...
But him not really caring is kind of telling, isn't it?
People dunking on me that not one of them is actually capable of offering a defense of universal housing. They say, look at Finland, a place without universal housing.
Around 3,948 people homelessness in Finland. They have 3,948 people homeless in Finland. Let's see how many people live in Finland. 5.5 million people. That's not even 8%. Homelessness in US. There are 582,000 people. And I'm guessing this is a low bar. And population... in US. That's 32 million. What is that? And it's... No, the other way around. The other way around, I'm a fucking moron. So we are talking about 0.002%. That's what we're talking about. 0.002%. And the Finnish, what was it? Homelessness in Finland. 3,000, let's say 4,000. 4,000. 5. We're talking about 0.0001%. That's 4 zeros. 1, 2, 3. Three zeros and a 1. And we have 2 zeros and a 2. What is that in comparison? Oh my god. So we need to take this. God, I hate math. This and this, I believe. Well, I don't want to copy. I just want the results. Google. No, not maps. Don't do that. Just Google. Thank you. There we go. That's 24% more. No, 24 times more. Homelessness in the US than in Finland. That's okay. Even if we have universal housing, everyone has the right to a house, to a home, to an apartment, to something. Even if everyone has that right, we are gonna see people be homeless. Because some people don't want to get help. Some people will always be homeless. Some people, they're just either vagabonds who don't want to live in homes, or they're mentally ill and they refuse treatment because their mental illness makes them refuse treatment, stuff like that. You know, it's always going to happen, but we can mitigate that quite a lot by building affordable housing.
Housing. Look at Vienna, a place.
Look at Vienna. Which country is Vienna located in? Dun 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 dun. I don't know exactly the song. Dun, 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 dun. It's not Australia. It's Austria. Hey, NeoCoom. It's Austria, not Australia, you fucking moron. Why are you showing us numbers for Australia? Homelessness in Austria. Okay. In Austria, there are 22,000 people from 2017 in homelessness. How many people live there? Austria population. 8.9 million. 9 million people live in Austria, and they only have 21,000 people. Now, why are people bringing up Vienna as an example? 100 people. 100 people are homeless in Vienna. Like I said, there's always going to be people homeless, even with universal housing. It's just an innate fact of life that some people are going to screw up their lives so much that they're rather live on the streets Some people think they deserve to live on the streets, even if housing is provided for you by the state. The city that solved homelessness. Let's look into that. You see these homes? These are public housing. And people choose to live there, even if they have a very good job. Even if they make bank, they choose to live in public housing because it's that good. It's just that good. Let's actually do this. Vienna public housing. Swimming pools, private TV channels, and more. Let's look into this.
Here in Vienna, 2/3 of its citizens live in subsidised social housing. But in the UK, less than 1 in 10 live in a council house. And not only that, the quality and style is simply out of this world.
So is this what you think of when you think of council housing?
This is Alt Erla, a social housing estate on the outskirts of Vienna. It may look like tough brutalist architecture, but actually it's humane, caring design of the highest order.
I'd live there.
Oh, wow. Look at that. They've even got an indoor swimming pool as well.
They have nurseries, schools and tennis courts all conveniently on site.
Perfect.
I can't quite believe this.
This is about long-term thinking, allowing people to put down roots, giving them stability. I mean, just imagine if I proposed a high-density council housing estate with loads of swimming pools, indoor and outdoor, clubs, play spaces. I'd be left out of town because everybody would say you couldn't do that.
With 10,000 residents, Alt Erla has the highest density living in Vienna. But you'd never guess that from the peaceful atmosphere.
Monica.
Hi.
Hi, so nice to see you.
Monica pays the equivalent of £600 a month rent for her flat. Back in Harlow, temporary accommodation
In
can give
Vienna, £600. That's pretty much nothing in Vienna, right?
you a quarter of the size for almost the same rent. And with the Viennese having such secure tenancies, there's little temptation to buy. So Monica has no stress of being moved on, which is handy, as her dad Heinz lives in the block next door.
How long have you lived here?
40 years.
40 years?
40 years.
Amazing.
Yes, yes.
Why is this place so special?
Because we have everything here. Everything we need.
We have 15 physicians, doctors. We have all the shops.
Groceries, drugstores.
4
everything.
schools.
4 schools.
And you
So
have
we
your own
everything.
TV channel?
Yes.
Is that right?
Yes.
So if there's any pottery classes tonight, we send
That's
it
kind
and
of
we
cute.
inform the people. Yeah, okay, tonight is pottery class.
That's so cool. It feels to me like it's an amazing hotel.
It is.
A 5-star hotel. The swimming pool is always cleaned. It's always ready to use. The sauna is always ready to use.
I would live here in a second, in a heartbeat. In Britain, we have a kind of negative stigma around council housing, government housing. Do you have that here?
What is the difference if I own this flat or if I rent this
Yeah.
flat? Tell it to me. What is the difference? Why should I buy this flat? Why?
The difference in the UK is that people don't feel stable. They feel like they could get moved on and moved on and moved on by landlords. Do you feel like you have stability here, renting?
Absolutely.
It's the political system. If they disturb this kind of stability, they wouldn't be the leader of this country anymore. That's the difference.
And that's okay. So maybe, you know what? I can, because I'm not my socialism isn't at the place where I can conceive of a moneyless system, a cashless system entirely. We need some kind of value trading. We need some kind of tangible thing that the state, for the time being at least, the state not mandates, the state ensures that we can trade for other things. And you know what? If everything is just you rent, you can't own housing, you have to rent it. Yeah, and having that renting become part of the political system is a good thing. Making sure that your politicians are invested in your stability where you live, the happiness you have where you live, is a good thing. It should be strived for.
Just like us, Vienna started building social housing 100 years ago. But unlike the UK, it never stopped. Austria has a higher rate of tax than the UK, but its social care is one of the best in the world.
So that's what we're talking about. That's why people mentioned Vienna. Look at Vienna. And this guy thought they meant Australia. Come on. Don't do this. Australia. What is it? Home ownership distribution selected the OECD countries. Okay. That's interesting. Never mind. But he actually, on census night in 2016, more than 116,000 people were estimated to be homeless in Australia. In Australia.
Literally without universal housing and with homeless people.
Wait, what's that table? By type.
And with homeless people. It's actually so... Imagine I told you, I'm for universal healthcare, but what I actually meant is that most healthcare should be private, but for those who can't afford it, the government should help them pay. That's literally you right now.
No, it isn't. No.
You're so fucking dumb.
I'm not the one conflating Australia with Austria, my good man.
What's even more interesting is that there are places right now on planet Earth with universal housing, but they are never cited in its defense. Isn't that a bit odd? A bit queer? There are places like North Korea, Cuba. I do not see these cited for whatever reason, because y'all know it sucks.
No, North Korea. No, he mentions North Korea, not China. North Korea. North fucking Korea. A brutal dictatorship. Okay, my man. Oh, sure.
You know it sucks. Weasley little liars, dude. Such Weasley little liars. Since people are...
Okay, yeah. He's just gonna breathe into the microphone at times. So yeah, that's NeoCoom. He's a fucking moron, obviously. What's the... let's see. There was one... Because here's the... Okay, let's make an analogy that actually works when it comes to healthcare. God, I got something here. I have to fix that. Anyway, there's a... Let's do healthcare as the analogy, just like he did. Universal healthcare with private providers but the government pays your bill. Period. The government sets the rate, and all you have to do is walk into the clinic, and the government takes care of the rest. Maybe there's a small fee up front, so you don't, so hypochondriacs don't just walk in and take up time that's that can be better served elsewhere. You know, there's some rough edges that needs to be sanded out, but in general, the government just takes care of the bill, just pays the bill. You walk into whatever private clinic, the government says, here's what we will pay for X, Y, and Z. How would that be any different from universal housing where the government provides you with an apartment? I can see any difference. And I would call that universal health. Why do I want to lisp? I don't lisp. I don't lisp. I can see a difference between that and universal housing. It's pretty much a perfect analogy. And that is how, at least at the moment, Sweden works. I don't like it. I don't like it. I want the government to be the healthcare provider as well, not just my insurer. Because insurance is easier to get rid of than providers. You can just flip a switch, pretty much. But yeah, that's NeoCoom for you. Fucking moron. Is there anything more we can look at here?
Ben Shapiro.
Circumcision, why not? We might agree here, I do not know. Brianna Joy Gray kinda ate Ben Shapiro up and left no crumbs. Being pro-circumcision but anti-trans is a massive contradiction. Okay, NeoCoom, we agree.
Shapiro, I presume, as a Jewish man, circumcised his child as a baby long before.
This is, unironically, an incredibly based argument.
Okay, I agree.
This is a rare Brianna W.
I couldn't agree more.
Matt Walsh and the Daily Wire will vehemently oppose children transitioning because they can't meaningfully consent. How could anyone, any medical professional, violate and dissect a child's genitals? That's completely horrendous. Unless, of course, you're performing a 2,000-year-old mystical Talmudic ritual.
Okay. I don't have anything bad to say there, so let's not. But I'm guessing, let's see here. Yeah, he got 325k viewers there. But how much on that? Okay, he's actually falling off, it seems. Materialists when they have an idea. Oh, sorry. That was... Karl Marx vaguely smelled of urine. His ideological adherents maintained the same custom in his honor. Okay. All right.